Lions News Fan Report is back with a major update on the Detroit Lions and the moves that are shaping the team for the 2025 season. Today, we're talking about a re-signing that may have gone unnoticed by many, but holds significant meaning for the team: the return of defensive lineman Pat O'Connor to the Detroit Lions. Now, you might be asking yourself, what does this re-signing really mean for the Lions? Well, let's take a deeper look at how this decision might impact the team and what we can expect from O'Connor in this new phase of his career with the Lions. Pat O'Connor's story with the Detroit Lions didn't start today, but his re-signing definitely marks a new chapter for both the player and the team. When O'Connor was selected by the Lions in the 7th round of the 2017 draft, few could have predicted the intriguing journey that lay ahead, full of twists and turns. Now, with his return to Detroit, it could be one of the cornerstones of their defensive line. His first stint with the Lions was brief, and after that, he moved on to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, where he spent 7 seasons. During that time, O'Connor showcased his skills and earned a solid spot in the NFL, but fate brought him back to Detroit for another chance to prove his worth, now more mature and experienced. When O'Connor was re-signed by the Lions in early 2024, right in the middle of training camp, expectations were low for some. After all, he wasn't part of the initial 53-man roster, which led many to question his value to the team. However, O'Connor's story has never been one to settle for the status quo. He's a player who has always stood out for his work ethic and his willingness to learn and adapt. And that's exactly what he did. He seized every opportunity to show his relevance to the team. His chance came in Week 7 of the 2024 season when the need to reinforce the defensive line became urgent. O'Connor was placed on the active roster, and from that moment on, his contribution became indispensable. In 12 games, he accumulated 18 tackles, 1 sack, and 2 tackles for loss, numbers that, while not spectacular, show the consistency and importance of the player within the Lions' defense. More than the numbers, what really stood out was his flexibility. O'Connor wasn't just a defensive end. He proved that he could fill multiple roles throughout the season, including the nose tackle position after Kyle Pico's injury against the Cowboys. This isn't a common trait, and O'Connor's ability to adapt is one of his greatest assets for the team. Of course, the re-signing of Pat O'Connor isn't a simple filling a gap move. It holds a much greater strategic value. The versatility he brings to the field could be one of the key differences for the Lions in the 2025 season. After all, American football is a sport where unpredictability and the need for improvisation are constant, and players like O'Connor, who can perform in multiple roles, are a true gem for any team. He has become a key piece of the defense, always ready to step in and do whatever is necessary to ensure the team doesn't lose momentum in critical moments. Furthermore, the arrival of Casey Rogers as the new defensive line coach is another factor that could be crucial for O'Connor's growth. Rogers already knows the player well, having worked with him in the past, and this familiarity could make all the difference in the player's performance. When a player and their coach already have a history together, communication tends to flow more smoothly and game strategies are more aligned. This puts O'Connor at an advantage to contribute even more effectively to the Lions' scheme. It's interesting to note that O'Connor isn't alone in the process of strengthening the defensive line. Other key players have also been re-signed, such as Marcus Davenport, Mitchell Aguiud, Miles Adams, and Levi Onwuzurike. With this group of players, the Detroit Lions are investing in a more solid defense, one that's more cohesive and equipped to face the biggest challenges of the 2025 season. The presence of veterans like O'Connor, alongside new talent, will bring a mixture of experience and renewed energy to the team. This balance is crucial for the Lions to not just compete, but also to earn a prominent spot in the NFL. Now, let's return to the original question. What does Pat O'Connor's re-signing really mean for the Detroit Lions? To understand this, we need to analyze what he brought to the team last season and how he could be even more valuable in 2025. His flexibility and experience are qualities that place him in a unique position to be a differentiator for the team. He's not just any defensive lineman. He's someone who can be molded to fit the team's needs, whether it's as a defensive end or a nose tackle, something that few players can do with such ease. By re-signing O'Connor, the Lions aren't just looking for a replacement piece. They're bringing back a player who will contribute to the team in a broader sense, helping shape the mentality and fighting spirit within the locker room. And that's exactly what the Lions need: players who, beyond their technical skills, bring a positive energy, an unrelenting work ethic, and an ability to adapt to the demands of the game. So what can we expect from the 2025 season? If O'Connor continues to play the versatile and adaptable role he showcased in 2024, he could become an essential piece of the team. His contribution goes beyond statistics. It's the impact on the field, his presence in critical moments, and his ability to shape the Lions' defense that makes him a key player for the team's success. With a stronger roster and a more robust defensive line, the Detroit Lions are building a solid foundation for great things in 2025. Looking ahead, the Detroit Lions defense in 2025 will likely have a different edge. The chemistry between veterans like O'Connor and younger talents will play a pivotal role in building a more cohesive unit. This balance of experience and fresh energy could be the perfect formula for success, especially in a competitive division where every game is crucial. The Lions' defensive line, with O'Connor's leadership and flexibility, has the potential to disrupt offenses and become a dominant force in the league. Another key factor is the strategic depth O'Connor provides. His versatility isn't just about playing different positions, it's also about understanding the nuances of different defensive schemes. Having a player who can seamlessly transition between roles gives the coaching staff more flexibility in how they design their defense. This could be crucial when facing unpredictable offenses or when injuries inevitably strike during the season. O'Connor's ability to adjust on the fly ensures that the Lions won't be caught off guard, maintaining a strong defense regardless of the circumstances. Moreover, with the NFL's emphasis on speed and adaptability in recent years, players like O'Connor who are capable of filling multiple roles are becoming even more valuable. In a league that constantly evolves, players who can outsmart opponents and remain unpredictable are vital assets. O'Connor has proven that he's not only willing to learn but also able to thrive in a rapidly changing environment, which bodes well for his long-term success with the Lions. In addition, this move speaks volumes about the Lions' confidence in their defensive staff and their belief in the team's direction. Bringing O'Connor back suggests that the Lions are focused on continuity and stability within their defense. By maintaining key players who understand the system, the Lions are setting themselves up for sustained success. This continuity will help them build a defense that is not only talented but also highly efficient, able to perform under pressure. As we dive into the upcoming season, one thing is clear: Pat O'Connor's re-signing is about more than just bolstering the defensive line. It's about building a team that is adaptable, resilient, and prepared for any challenge that comes their way. The Lions are investing in players who understand the importance of versatility and teamwork. With O'Connor leading the charge, this could very well be a season to remember for the Detroit Lions. So, what do you think of this re-signing? Will Pat O'Connor be the deciding factor for the Lions' defense next season? Only time will tell. But one thing is certain: the Detroit Lions are investing in players who are more than just numbers on a sheet. They're building a strong, resilient team, ready to face any challenge. And who knows, with the flexibility and hard work of players like O'Connor, the team might have a memorable season ahead. If you enjoyed this video and want to stay up to date with all the latest news, analysis, and updates on the Detroit Lions, don't forget to follow Lions News Fan Report. We're always bringing you the best content on your favorite team, with exclusive insights and the latest updates. Make sure to follow the channel and turn on notifications so you don't miss anything important.